Alright, what's good, y'all? It's Josh the Saints fan back with another banger, you feel me? And in this video, I'm gonna be talking about why, in my opinion, Jaydayoungan hasn't lived up to the success of 23 Island. Now, I have four reasons, in my opinion, to why Jaydayoungan has not lived up to the success of his big major hit that has gone that has gone gold and platinum. It has sold over 1 million copies and it has 90 million views currently on YouTube at the time of this recording. Now, the first reason why I think Jaydayoungan hasn't lived up to the success of his major hit 23 Island is because most people that heard them that heard 23 Island that was not fans of his music on like that know him from that song, but his real fans know he makes more street music than quote unquote love songs. But like if you like 23 Island but you wasn't a fan of Jaydayoungan, you probably expected more songs to sound like 23 Island. Okay, like that makes perfect sense, right? So like if you expect something but it doesn't come to you, then you know what I'm saying, like more like the people that wasn't fans that loved 23 Island, they didn't check out Jaydayoungan. I'm gonna say most likely didn't check out Jaydayoungan again because mainly anybody that's a fan of Jaydayoungan or keeps up with his music, he makes more type of street music like gangster music than like love songs like 23 Island. He has a couple love songs here and there like Cupid and like Nightmares and of course 23 Island, but anybody that's like a major fan of Jaydayoungan, you know, he makes more street music for sure. And I think like another thing that's like a problem with that is that you know what I'm saying? They the people that was not fans of him, they came for songs like 23 Island, like you feel what I'm saying? But he makes more gangster type music, and you know what I'm saying? So I mean his core fan base, well the Jaydayoungan fans that I've met, they like 23 Island. Like it's a great song. People like that. But his fans like that, that street music that Jaydayoungan loves to put out so much. And I think Jaydayoungan's music, I mean, street music can have an appeal. You just need to have people that like your music or just talk about your music that are not not in your fan base. Like for example, like a rapper that at one point was on the same level as Jaydayoungan, NBA YoungBoy, he makes street music just like Jaydayoungan does. Like, well, hold on, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying that they sound the same in their songs. I'm just saying like they both make street music as an example. And and the reason why YB has surpassed Jaydayoungan level, in my opinion, is because he has people outside of his core fan base talking about him and streaming his music. And I feel like people that are not really Jaydayoungan fans don't really look at Jaydayoungan like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just check out like this Jaydayoungan. But like for artists like NBA YoungBoy or like Kodak Black, for example, you have people like that's like outside of their core fan base and check them out like here and there and tell their friends about the music or whatever. Now I feel like Jaydayoungan does have a core fan base, but I don't think Jaydayoungan is big enough or as mainstream as Kodak Black and NBA YoungBoy to just consistently have people that are not in your fan base talk about your music and stream your music and you know what I'm saying? And 23 Island, that is a commercial type hit. Like you could hear a radio type hit or just a hit in general when you hear one, you feel me? And 23 Island just sounds like a hit, you know what I'm saying? Like most Jaydayoungan songs, in my opinion, I'm not saying most Jaydayoungan songs cannot be hits because any song could be a hit, given the time period that is dropped and the promotion for the single. Any song could be a hit. So I'm not saying Jaydayoungan songs don't have the potential to be hits. I'm just saying they don't sound like hits. Like some of my favorite Jaydayoungan songs, like Facts and Down to Business and Iron Slang and stuff like that. Like them do not sound like mainstream mainstream appealing songs. But even though NBA YoungBoy makes street music, it has a mainstream appealing sound. Like for example, Make No Sense. Like and make no sense. Like, like he's like, I feel like I'm Gucci Man in 2000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really. It kind of sounds like a mainstream appealing song, but it's NBA YoungBoy. You feel me? YoungBoy don't make music for hits. He make music, for his fans to enjoy and just music that he wants to make. But that song, turned out to be a hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just one. Like, that's just one example. Like Kodak Black's first hit, and I think it's still his biggest song, arguably his biggest song still. No Flocking. That does not have a mainstream appealing, sound, but it's arguably Kodak Black's biggest hit. So, I think Jaydayoungan, he just needs, to meet to like one reason he needs to meet the success of 23 Island. He doesn't necessarily need to make more songs like 23 Island, but he needs to just make more mainstream appealing songs, and I hope that makes sense. Now, the second reason I think Jaydayoungan hasn't lived up to the success of 23 Island is a reason that I feel like Jaydayoungan fans that watch my videos, like, they're not gonna like this, but I think his girlfriend slash baby mama Jordan B, I think, like, she is low-key not ruining his career, but affecting his career in a negative way. And if you haven't kept up with the news recently, Jaydayoungan's baby mama Jordan B, she was on Instagram Live, and she was pretty much complaining about about how Jaydayoungan and his mother was treating her and how she felt like disrespected and stuff like that. And she had a whole mental breakdown on our Instagram Live, and I just feel like their relationship, and we're not talking about music, but this does correlate with the music, so I'm gonna make it make sense in a minute to the people that don't understand. But Jaydayoungan has cheated on her like numerous times and like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like his love life is just pretty like complicated, and I think that like affects the music in a way, because songs like 23 Island, songs like Cupid, is about Jordan, you feel me? And I just feel like personally, like, she makes, like, sometimes she makes him happy, sometimes she makes him sad and depressed, and it's vice versa. I feel like it's like affecting his career in a negative way, because I feel like people, you know what I'm saying, like before, like, they had the big fight, like maybe, like just maybe, like you heard somebody that wasn't a fan of Jaydayoungan just be like, you know what I'm saying, like people is talking about like this baby 23 album, so I might just check it out, you know what I'm saying, and then you see what happened to like the whole Jordan situation, that might shy people away that could have potentially checked out your music, like that hurts your music, like that hurts your brand. Like, for example, I'm gonna use a lot of NBA YoungBoy comparisons in this video. Like for example, when NBA YoungBoy had the situation against Jania, that but again, I do not condone that, terrible actions from YoungBoy, but that shied people away, because people, like the artist may not think about it, but like your public reputation, like your public reputation in your brand, like depending on what you do outside of music, like that does affect who listens to your music and like who supports your music and who checks out your music. That is actually a big deal. Like, for like, I have an example that's not in the YoungBoy finally, but Chance the Rapper, for example. If you ask your average rap fan that is not a little kid, they are going to say, old Chance the Rapper is, he was a pretty good, like a really good artist, but new Chance the Rapper, man, I just don't like it. I just don't like, like the quality of music he's putting out. And but you see, even though the fans are not really messing with his music like that, and you can see by his sales and what people are talking about, he's getting more and more, sponsors and stuff like that, like Kit Kat and Doritos, and you ask yourself, man, why is Chance the Rapper getting all these endorsements with all these big companies? Because he has a clean he has a clean brain. You know what I'm saying? Like he is marketable. You know, he doesn't, you know, get in trouble. You know, he doesn't, you know, get into issues. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's a very marketable person. And I'm not saying, if Jaydayoungan, cleans up his act, he's gonna be in, Doritos and Kit Kat commercials. But what I am saying is that it does affect his public, like, reputation. And if Jaydayoungan, wasn't treating his girl like how he is treating his girl, and if he wasn't, going to jail, here and there, maybe, more people will support his music and, really, enjoy his music. Because by the time Jaydayoungan started getting a big buzz around 2018, 2019, he had like no jail problems. He had no like criminal, history that's on paper. You feel me? Until he got arrested 2 times in 2019. One time was with Jordan. It's just a bad look, and it shies away people from your music, and it makes you less marketable to the mainstream. So I think the whole situation with his baby mother, and not even just that, like that's the biggest situation, like the biggest boiling pot that people are talking about, but really just their whole relationship as a whole, like really has affected his music in terms of marketing and people checking out his music, in my personal opinion. Okay, now getting off with the Jordan stuff, we have another terrible situation. Hold on, I'm about to take a sip of water. So, the beef that Jaydayoungan has had with NBA YoungBoy, it's affected his career because it's literally terrible situations. Because, okay, so Jaydayoungan, right? Jaydayoungan is not, he's not a mainstream appealing person. I'm not saying he cannot turn into that later, but as of right, as of the time of the beef and as of right now, he's not really a mainstream appealing artist, right? Jaydayoungan is more of a street artist, like that gangster type of rap. And obviously, NBA YoungBoy fans, they love that gangster type of rap, street type of rap, right? So Jaydayoungan had like people that are YB fans, like NBA YoungBoy fans, before the beef, they actually, they mess with Jaydayoungan. They like songs like Dot Dot and Repo, and Ops and all that stuff. But as soon as the beef started, like if y'all keep up with NBA YoungBoy fans, y'all know contrarian sexuals do not play about they mans. As soon as the beef started and he dropped 38K and all that stuff, like all the YB fans, for the most part, some of them listen to him on the low, but for the most part, most of them stopped messing with Jaydayoungan. So you already don't make mainstream appealing songs for the mainstream. Your main type of music and the main type of people that you project your music to is the street fans, and some of the street fans don't even like your music anymore because of the beef that you're in. Like, that's literally a terrible situation. That is literally the worst situation ever. Like, Jaydayoungan already doesn't make main appealing type of songs. He has that cult street fan base, but some of the street fan base don't even like him anymore. So that was just terrible, in my opinion. Like the NBA YoungBoy beef, I'm not really gonna touch on it that much because it's not really much to talk about except for the fact it literally lost him some of his own type of, people that listen to his music. Terrible, man. It's just terrible. And the fact that NBA YoungBoy posted like Jaydayoungan ran from them, whatever. It's just the whole situation with NBA YoungBoy and Quanda Ronda. Like the whole situation is just, it's just a terrible, situation. In my opinion, like it's just like, what I'm saying. Like the beef, I think, in terms of like attention, if you want to talk about attention, like it helped Jaydayoungan's career from that aspect. It gave him more attention and more people like, hey, bro, who's this Jaydayoungan dude? This and YB, so it gave him more attention. But again, just like the situation with Jordan B, it's negative attention. It's not good attention, And in terms of the beef, most people sided with YB. Like y'all already know about them contrarian sexuals, but in terms of attention, he got a lot of attention, but people didn't really mess with his music like that because he was dissing YB and the NBA clique, and just a bad look, and and it's terrible because it was right around the time he was about to drop his debut album, Baby 23, which I'm about to talk about right now as my fourth and final reason why Jaydayoungan hasn't lived up to the success of 23 album. Now, in terms of the quality, excuse me, in terms of the quality of Baby 23, it is a great album, and it is a top three, like it's a top five, top three album of 2020 for me personally. Like, the song has 23 songs on there, so of course there is going to be filler songs. But out of all those 23 songs, including 23 Island, I like 16 out of 23 of them songs. And if you don't count 23 Island, then I like 15 out of those 23 songs. It's a very great project. If you haven't listened to it, I suggest you check it out. It's a great project, and I feel like it had hit potential songs on there. He just dropped his debut album at the worst time. I think that's why he was delaying it so much. I feel like it was supposed to drop earlier, but I think he delayed it a little bit because of everything that's going on. And I'm gonna say this: I say that he picked a terrible time to drop it because he has hit potential songs on there. I'm telling you, if all this wasn't going on, I'm telling you, bro, like Jaydayoungan, like songs like Touch Your Toes and songs like Do Your Dance, I feel like them could have been hit potential songs if like a lot of clubs wasn't shut down and things like that. Because that is, if you haven't listened to Touch Your Toes and Do Your Dance, check those songs out. Them is hit making potential songs. Them could have been 23 Island level songs if we wasn't what we under right now, in my personal opinion. I just think he picked a bad time to just drop his album because I think he has hit maker songs on there. I've been telling my friends this. Like, he has hit potential songs on there, like Touch Your Toes, Do Your Dance. The street songs is amazing too. Like, it had hit potential songs. It's just he picked literally the worst time to drop his debut album, which I think is why it delayed it so much. The deluxe should be dropping soon. We don't know when it's dropping, but it should be dropping soon. Yeah, I know it's gonna be bangers on there. I just think Atlantic. Even though he only sold 15K first week, I think Atlantic. At this point, I think they should not look at how many units it sold, but look at the quality of the music and how they could build on and how they could build on the great quality of that music for the next project. So I feel like there was hit makers on that songs. Pretty much every song was good. I mean, if there's 23 songs on a project, there's gonna be filler songs. That's just the music industry. If an album has a lot of songs, in the case of Baby 23 with 23 songs, there's gonna be filler songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like there's gonna be filler songs no matter what. But most songs are bangers on there. I think it's a top 5, top 3 rap album. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It's fire. It has great street music. You know what I'm saying? It's just good. But yeah, I just think he picked the worst possible time. Like, under this whole this whole quarantine stuff. Like, if clubs wasn't shut down, I'm telling you, I'm gonna say it like I'm a broken record. I'm telling you, if clubs wasn't shut down, that song with Mulatto, Touch Your Toes, that would have been a hit. And the song with Moneybagg Yo, Do Your Dance, that could have potentially been a hit. You never know. And this is where I wrap up the video. I put in a lot of time and effort into this video, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with your friends. If you are a Jaydayoungan fan, I hope that you don't get offended by this video, and hopefully you watch until this point in the video, so you won't leave a dislike and cuss me out in the comments. But I am not saying Jaydayoungan has fall off. I have not. That is not what I'm saying in this video. What I'm saying why Jaydayoungan. I'm asking the question why Jaydayoungan hasn't lived up to the success of 23 Island, right? I'm not asking why did Jaydayoungan fall off, or how did Jaydayoungan fall off. I do not think Jaydayoungan has fallen off. Like I said in the video, he's keeping his name in the media, not for good reasons, but his name is still in the media. I just think, his debut album, it was just worst, literally the worst time to drop that album, because I'm going to keep saying it. He had hits on that. He had hits on that album, you feel me? But just picked a bad time, in the world, and what's going on, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said earlier, I feel like I've been repeating myself this whole video, but that's just because I'm freestyling. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't really, I didn't write down nothing. I just went, off the top, but yeah, I hope you really enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making this video. Hard work, but it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe.